Guten Tag, everyone. Good day. In German. How are you guys? Wie geht's? So anyways, um, basically, uh, this week we are talking about charging. So, I think in the last call, Chris wanted us to talk about charging. She says a lot of us, follow a pagan path. Not all of us, but a lot of us have that pagan influence in some way. That we should maybe try, steer away from that, witchcraft or magic or whatever, kind of way of looking at things. So for me, I'm gonna do it from my point of view of in a magical sense. But that's just that's just what the word means to me when I think of the word charging. And I'm gonna think of another thing that I do sometimes that has to do with charging. If that makes sense. So from a magical standpoint, to me, charging is the act of taking energy, let it be from yourself or somewhere, and imbuing it into an object, i.e. a candle, a necklace, whatever, and imbuing it with a purpose and an intention, setting an intention. I just made a video on my channel saying infuse every day with an intention. But there are many ways how I charge, and I'm going to explain it to you how I charge, and it depends on the atmosphere and the situation. So the number one way how I charge is when I do candle magic or when I'm imbuing a necklace or a crystal or whatever. I will hold it in my hand, and this is the way I was taught when I read the books by Scott Cunningham, like Earth Magic and stuff like that, is that you take for instance, candle magic. I would take the candle, and when I want to charge it, I would hold it in my hand, and I would tension all my muscles in my whole body. And by doing that, I'm tensioning my muscles, and I'm producing energy within myself. And I'll rock as I do it. And as I do that, I visualize the outcome and say it's going to happen. So let's say I wanted money. I say I have enough money to afford the bills, and I do this over, and I picture money swirling around me, or I picture the look on my face when I get the check or whatever. And whenever I feel that I can't, I can't tension anymore, I'll extend my arms, and basically I'll feel a blood rush, a blood flow, and I'll picture this blood flow being energy, the energy that I built up, and I picture that blood flow being energy, and I picture the energy steaming, into the object, and I picture it, and I actually, in my mind, I kind of feel it going into the object, and as I feel it going to the object, I say my prayer or my words of power, and then I'll anoint it, and carve it, and then light it. So that's one way how I charge. I mean, it could be the same thing with a candle. Sorry, it could be the same thing with a necklace. That's how I do it as well. Another way I charge is just repeating the hell out of something. For instance, if one time during Yule, I make this cake, and with this cake I put little tokens in there, but I wrap it up in foil, and the tokens are big so no one swallows them. Each token has a different thing. For instance, I put a 4-leaf clover, a metal in it to bring good luck to that person, and as I put a token of heart to bring an everlasting relationship, or a ring. No, it was a ring for everlasting relationship for the year. What I would do is I would take each token that had a significance, that had to do with love and health and prosperity and abundance, and I'd put it into the cake. And as I put it in, I'd say, this for that, that for that, that for that, and that's charging it with your words. So using words, that I would take the batter and I'd mix the batter. And as I mixed the batter, okay, I have the tokens in there, and I picture me mixing, and that to me in a clockwise direction, and I would repeat what each token would do. So I would say 4-leaf clover for prosperity, and I'd say that 3 times, and then I would say the next thing, and I'd stir it and stir it and stir it, and to me I'm producing energy and putting my words in it and that kind of stuff. And then I picture green energy, and I just picture the energy steaming from the batter, and then I say my words of power, and to me that's a way of charging, because I'm saying words and I'm saying what is happening right now. I'm saying it, and if we think that our words can, affect our reality, that is what I'm doing. So I'm mixing it. That could be, again, with soup, with coffee. Actually, I was in Toronto one time, and I was very uncomfortable where I was at, and I was at a restaurant, and I had apple juice. So I kind of was stirring it and said, protection, protection. I imbue protection within this apple juice. And to me, stirring again was charging it. I did that, and I drank it, and I felt okay, and I felt the protective energies in me. So that's another way I charge, is either by stirring or doing some motion. Another way I can charge something is, to me, another way, just drawing symbols in whatever I'm doing. So if I want to take a sandwich, I did this a while back. I took a sandwich and I did a healing rune. To me, I charged that sandwich with the rune. So I charge by doing the tensing the muscles things, or doing some motion, or using some symbol, because to me symbols are very powerful. And using a symbol, and using that. And also, words again can have very powerful things, but using words and stuff like that and saying it, to me that's kind of how I charge. As through visualization, obviously, visualizing the energy, and sometimes when I'm stirring it, I'll ask that my spirit guides and the creator put its energy in it, and I picture a bolt of energy from different sources just going into the batter, and it's just filling up, and the energy is just brewing over into the soup or whatever. And that's one way how you can charge as well. If I were to make a plate of eggs or whatever, and I wanted to bring good luck, I may take a herb and just, I might charge the herbs. So how I charge herbs is I take the herbs and I actually just go like this with it. So I have it in my hand like this, and I say what the herb's going to do. Maybe I say basil for prosperity. That's what it means to me. I will go like this, and to me, I'm rubbing it together, producing friction or energy, and so I keep picking it up until I feel it's ready. Sometimes I will go like this, and I will feel the energy streaming off of it, and then I will sprinkle it on the eggs, and to me that was a way of charging the herb. How I charge crystals, I basically hold it in my hand, into my projective hand, and I say what's going to happen over, and I ask the spirit of the crystal. Basically, to me, charging I do in different ways. Now, another way that what I call charging, I want to say recharging. I know I'm kind of changing the word a little bit, but to me, when I feel drained, I'm like, oh shit, I'm drained. I want to recharge my energy. I want to charge myself again with that energy. So how do I do that? I'll go in the forest sometimes, and I find that when I'm out of the city, and not a forest in the city, but when I'm out of the city, I breathe. I actually went on vacation for 4 days, or 2 nights actually, well, 4 days, whatever, and I went out, and I went to the country. It was far away from the city, and I could breathe with the leaves. That's how I best can describe it to you. I was breathing with the leaves, and to me, I was recharging, or I was charging myself with renewal energies. I was so stressed before and stuff like that, and when I was out in nature, I felt that the leaves and the plants and Mother Earth and her spirits were breathing with me and saying, it's alright, you do not need to worry, and yes, after this you might be worrying about stuff, but you're here right now, be in the now, you are charging, get over it. And that was my way of saying, okay, I'm charging. Another way I might charge is take a shower. I may want the purifying waters to charge me with their cleanse the energies. So to me, the word charging as well could mean kind of like, not really like grounding, but I mean charging, I'm taking energy from a different source, let it be in nature or the water, and I'm replenishing myself with that so I can take away the negativity. And I do that when I'm stressed. I could do that in the city forests, but the city forests, to me, I find that I kind of feel like they're abused. People have parties in them, people throw their garbage, you can still hear the cars and the horns, and you can smell nature, but you can also smell not things that are nature, like the cars and stuff. So, to me, the city forests, I feel they're not respected that well. So when I go in there, I don't feel a sense of peace. I feel like I have to get out of there because there could be someone behind me, Bob. When I'm out of the city in a forest, like in the country, I'm like, they're not being disturbed currently. They probably have been disturbed in the years, but I mean, not as you would in a city. So that's just me. I'm going off on a tangent now. But that's charging to me. Charging can be the act of taking energy and putting it into something, or it could be, again, taking the energy and putting it into myself, to recharge myself, or charge myself back up with renewal energies. And that's just how I do it. When I do that, I actually have these epiphanies, and I have these realizations, and I heal myself. So that's just what I do. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. It's 10 minutes long. You all are hot. Yes, you are. You guys are. Well, if you're not a MILF, then you are. What would you be? You're just flipping hot, all of you. So, anyways, have a great day. You know, the summer's almost over. Maybe 4 weeks left till September, maybe, I think. So, same. Anyways, have a great day, guys. And you all are hot. And MILFs. And salutations. And auf Wiedersehen.